Hey folks, so yet another robot vacuum, this time the AIRROBO by UBTech. And as you know, there are already a few vacuums that we have, and this looks like yet another copy. It was on sale recently on Amazon. I'm gonna do this with one hand, unfortunately, because I have to hold the phone, but let's have a look and see what is in this box and if it's comparable or compatible to the other robots that we have. Now I did, open this up. I guess you have to get this pushed in here. There we go. Okay, let's have a look and see if this is yet another clone of all the other vacuums that are out there. Okay, so packaging, so far it looks very similar. It all will depend on what we see on the bottom here. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna just take the bag off here. Not so easy to do this with one hand. Looks a little different on the bottom, a little more sleek. There's beveled edges here. I didn't notice that on the other ones, but we'll put them side by side to compare.
Powered on.
Okay, it just said something. It's talking. Let's turn this thing off.
Starting to clean.
No, not start to clean. Turn off.
Cleanup is paused.
All right, so it talks. Interesting. Okay, I have not seen that before. All right, let's have a look at the bottom here. Okay, it's got the spots here exactly the same for the brushes, which I'm assuming are here in one of these boxes. And it has exactly the same sort of shape for the battery. The head here, this roller wheel is exactly the same. This brush area here looks identical as well. And this compartment
has not been installed.
Well, it's talking. It looks very similar. Very similar.
Dustbin has not been installed. Dustbin has been installed.
Huh. So it talks. That's the main difference. All right. I'm willing to bet we have everything. Oh, this one came with a remote, interestingly enough. The last one that I reviewed did away with the remote. Remember, we had a base, this thing, the charging base, and that came with the other one. It had a spot for a remote, but it actually didn't have a remote. It used an app. So let's remove this thing. Okay. So there we have it, and then the only other thing left here should be a power. Oh, here. That's the wall wart to charge it. Okay, we should have some brushes. These guys, where are the brushes? That's weird. Oh, there they are. They're attached to the box. Okay, interesting. Okay, it comes with 4. All right, so just to recap, we have these brushes that look pretty long. They click onto these areas here and here. Okay, I'm not gonna stick them on yet. This thing, usually they're all built about the same. They come up. One side is squared off, so it can turn. The other side is rounded. And you put it in here first in the square part, and then that slides in there. It's a nice brush. And that clicks in there. Okay, let's have a look at another vacuum. We have this one over here. This is the DEENKEE. Okay. The DEENKEE has only one brush. They look like they're about the same, similar design. Let's pull this one off. This one will fit, no problem. It's identical. Let's get that off. It doesn't stick as easily though. Let's put this back. And okay, the dustbin. It's really full. That's dog hair, by the way. We have a dog. It eats these vacuums up like crazy. That's the reason why I keep changing it. Okay, dustbins. So we're starting to have a little bit of a change in design here. So now I believe that they're not going to fit.
Dustbin has not been installed.
This thing is not identical. See, it's a larger dustbin. It looks like, maybe, but either way, it has these flanges.
Dustbin has not been installed.
Okay, so yeah, this is definitely, compared to the other ones we have, this is definitely not the same. The DEENKEE and the, what was it? I forgot the name of the other one. I'll get it. The wheels look very similar. A little bit more aggressive threads here. Treads, I should say. But no, otherwise pretty similar. Okay, let's have a look at the other vacuum. We have two vacuums right there. This one is dead. Haven't been able to get it going. It just doesn't want to start. We've charged it, we've turned it on. It has this weird air. I don't think it's the battery either. I've swapped batteries between it and this one, which is an identical copy, and it just doesn't want to behave. It stays in this weird red mode, and it just doesn't want to go. See, it does that. I opened it up. Something's up with the motor control. Anyway, I tried fixing it, didn't work. Here's the Kyvol. Let's have a look at this. If you remember, Kyvol was our first vacuum. Oh boy, yeah, dog hair. Oh yeah, my God. Okay, this is the reason why these vacuums are getting destroyed. It's not even getting in there. It looks like it clogged it up in here and it somehow got stuck. Yeah, nothing can handle this dog hair of ours. So anyway, if you remember, with the Kyvol, it was identical to this this one here, which was called the DEENKEE, right? And we're able to even swap the bins. They were exactly copies. The brushes are also pretty much copies. Everything is very similar with these. I'm gonna have to clean all this up. But with this new vac, the AIRROBO, dustbin is different. These brushes are similar. They do seem to be compatible, but I wouldn't trust them. Well, they fit, they work. They don't snap on as hard. Look, it comes off pretty easily. So I'm not sure if maybe there's a slight change in the design. These are pretty solid on there. On this, maybe it's, yeah, see, it's much harder. So definitely something with these that make it looser on these vacuums. And then finally, let's have a look at the brush. Sorry, I'll get this hairball out of there. By the way, if you have a pet, please let me know your experience with these things, because yeah, it just doesn't seem to keep up with our dog here. And you know, I really didn't want to have to buy so many robot vacs. Okay, so there's the brush, and it is longer. If you have a look, slightly larger than the other one. So it is definitely not made by the same company, or if it is, they're not using the same parts. Okay, this brush does not fit into there. So just in case you're wondering, if you have a Kyvol or a DEENKEE, they seem to be pretty much identical parts. And if you have an AIRROBO, I'm not sure who makes that exactly. It's also Shenzhen, China. but essentially they're slightly different. Okay, so we'll give this a try. I'm sure it's probably gonna have the same issues as my other vacs. They're all pretty much getting destroyed by the dog hair issue. But hope that helps you make some decisions on buying a robot vac. These are all cheap iRobot clones, and they seem to be doing a fairly good job, but you know, with dog hair, they're not gonna be very effective for many years. They're going to run into issues. But, you know, being cheap, you can keep going through a few of them, and, you know, you can buy more to cover the same area. Usually they don't do too badly. Right, so there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And maybe in a follow-up video, I will talk more about how this particular vacuum keeps up with the dog hair situation. But it seems interesting. It has some kind of voice activation there, which is quite interesting as well. I don't know why I would want it to talk. I might put it into silence mode because it's kind of annoying, to be honest. And especially if it's at night, I don't need it talking while it's doing stuff and bumping into things. Okay? But it does look very sleek. So we'll see how this goes. I wonder if it will find the other base. That's the other question. These bases, just let me put this beside the other one here. My DEENKEE and Kyvol don't really care about which base they land on, and they will actually land on each other's bases, and they will charge from either one. This, however, is definitely, looks like it's a different configuration. It doesn't have the same, it's curved, you see, on the top. That one's more straight. And I'm not sure if these are the same distance apart. See, there might be slightly off. Slightly off. And the only other question is, you know, first of all, what's the signal coming out of this so that it detects it? So it may not even find the other bases. It might go for its own. And these vacs may not detect this one either. I guess we'll have to see. And the only other thing is, if it does accidentally land on it, I want to make sure that it doesn't deliver the wrong power. This is output 19 volts, 600 milliamp, or 0.6 amps, 600 milliamp. So that's 19 volts. Let's see what this is putting out. Probably the same. I mean, it seems to me like they're all using pretty much the same thing. Can you read that at all? Yeah, 19 volts, 0.6 amp. So if it accidentally lands on this thing, assuming that it sends out the same radio frequency or whatever signal, it's not going to fry the robot. Okay? It will not fry the robot. But, and these pads, you know, they're close enough in size, and the wheel seems to be close enough that it will probably pick up a charge if it lands on the wrong base. Because even if it's a little bit wider, they seem pretty close. But if it does land on the same base, at least it won't overcharge it. All right, so there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.